Astro content collections have changed the way that I write data to local projects. However, wouldn't it be nice if you could use a GUI to update your content collections, whether that's content types or data types? You have this nice sidebar where you can actually select other items, you can add new content, you can even preview your changes directly in the browser. And then when you're done, publish them and it will actually help you write a git commit and push it up to your repo. That means once you set up your site, you can basically stay inside of this new app called Dark Matter. And that's what I want to show you today. We'll look at how to set it up using a project I've done recently on the channel for content collections. We'll also then look at customizing it, adding some new extras to it. And then, like I mentioned, that kind of publishing, previewing workflow. You can even use this with somebody who's not familiar with GitHub or all that kind of stuff and set it up on their machine. And then they can just pull down changes live automatically whenever you make changes to the code itself. I think you'll find that this new app for Astro called Dark Matter will be really useful to your workflow. You ready? Let's jump in. Hey, what's up? My name is Chris and welcome to Coding in Public. All right, you can go ahead and grab the link in the description to Dark Matter to try it for free yourself. And the pricing right over here, you'll see is $29. And that gives you a year's worth of updates. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that. I'm not associated with the developer, but I did buy it myself and I think it's been really useful for me. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and look at our content collection just so we have a sense of kind of what's going on. So I've got several different types of content collections. And like I mentioned, this comes from an actual project that I did recently on the channel. You can see I've got some data content types right here. This would be for like the actual team members and then services as well. So both of those are in YAML files the way I wrote it. And then you can come over here and you've also got post types. So these are content files and you can work with either MDX or Markdown files, and Dark Matter will handle both. So notice I've got the schema. I've actually got content over here as well. I've got images, all this kind of stuff is directly in here. So let's first of all look at a basic setup and then we'll look at some customizations that you can do in Dark Matter. All right, so here we are in Dark Matter. You can see I've got my blog right here, but let me go ahead and open this project and I'm just gonna grab this content collections overview and open this up. It reads all the data in that config file and then generates this nice GUI that shows me all my content collections and all my data collections. Now these are fully interactive. So for instance, I can come in here to Carol Witt. I have access to her headshot, name, bio, role, email, all this kind of stuff. I can delete it and it should work automatically. Same thing over here, come in here to posts and I've got access to all these drop-down menus. I can add additional related posts right here. All of this is how I set up my actual config. And now I can just work with it in this nice GUI editor. Now, notice that this is fully interactive. I want to talk about previewing, adding new data, and then publishing changes all from Dark Matter. So let's first of all look at this little preview icon right here. I can just click and it will actually preview this in a local browser. Now, what it's actually doing is spinning up a local dev server to this exact section. And as I change this, so let's say I came in here and change this, notice that it changes here automatically. So once you get your site set up the proper way, you don't have to actually touch your code editor again, or if you're using this with somebody who's not super techie, you can just set it up for them once. After that, they can just use Dark Matter and that's pretty much it. They don't have to worry about anything else. Now I can change this from draft to published. I can change around the title and again, everything just updates live. So that is previewing in the browser. Once I'm done making my changes, I can just come over here and click Publish Changes. Now behind the scenes, this will actually create essentially a git commit for you, right? And it actually gives you a sample publish post 5 title post. And I can just click that or I can change it obviously if I want to as well. Now, this is published this change. Now, this has done a few things. Obviously, it's updated my local code on my machine, but it's also pushed it up to GitHub. So here I am over in GitHub, and you can see I've got publish post title 5 post, and it's showing me the exact commit that has happened. So all this is done from within Dark Matter, and you can see how there's actual changes here. Now I can either make a change over here, or I can make a change in my code editor if I'm working with somebody else, and that will be pulled down into Dark Matter. So let me actually come over here and let's just, I don't know, come inside content, come into my team, and then let's come up to Carol Witt and let's edit her content. So we can say she is a visionary designer like that, and we'll just go ahead and commit these changes just like that. Now, obviously I've updated this code on GitHub. I could also do this in a code editor, like I mentioned. The cool thing though is that Dark Matter will understand that and provide a really user-friendly message, especially if somebody is not techie and is using Dark Matter for you to update content. So back over here in Dark Matter, you'll notice that it just popped up this little update to the latest version. So update to ensure you're not overwriting somebody else's changes. Let's go ahead and first of all, look at the team, look at Carol Witt. Carol Witt is an experienced and visionary designer. As soon as I click update, it should change, and I'm not seeing it change. So let's come back out and reopen it. All right, so that's not ideal to have to go back out if you happen to be viewing the exact same content and then jump back in because you think you're up to date. I'll mention that to the developer though, and he's been super responsive with a couple of little nits I've had here and there, so I'm sure that'll be updated as he has time. All right, so we've looked at previewing and publishing data. Let's look at creating new data. Before I do that though, I want to make you aware of a couple extra customizations that Dark Matter gives you. So let's come over to the docs here, and you'll notice that Dark Matter recognizes the normal Zod field types. However, it also gives you some extra customizations. So if I come down this way, you'll see Astro field types and custom Dark Matter types right here. Okay, so I can install Dark Matter right here, and what it will give me access to is a couple of extra things I can use. So text, for instance, gives me a multi-line text string. You may have noticed over this way that this bio is not multi-line. Everything is a single line by default. But with this text type, I can actually have a multi-line description just like that I can actually move up and down as I need to. You can also have what's called a date time. Now this date time is the exact same thing as Zod's date. It just gives you access to time as well if you want to publish it that way. So here's how it actually looks. So let's go ahead and use both of those just so we can kind of get them up and running in our project. So I'm going to come over this way and let's just go ahead and npm install Dark Matter. And I'm going to go ahead and replace this string here with text. And you'll see I'm getting autocomplete there from VS Code. So I can just hit enter and it should have pulled that in, text from Dark Matter. And we'll do the same thing in a couple of these other places. So this description as well. And let's see, maybe the bio as well. And if I come down this way, I have a date. Let's go ahead and use the date time. And again, from Dark Matter, I'll hit enter and that should pull that in just like that. All right, there we go. Date time from Dark Matter. All right, so back over here in Dark Matter, let's go ahead and create a new team member. So I'm going to come over here and click this team sidebar again and just click new team. And I'll just call the new team member myself. All right, Chris Pennington, click create team. And then I can add a bio, and you see I've got this nice resizable section here because we added that Dark Matter type. So here we'll generate one paragraph of lorem ipsum and just drop that in there. And then for role, let's go ahead and say, let's say software, and then email, I'll say chris@email.com, and then let's choose a headshot. So inside here, I'll just grab this Twitter image, and then we'll add it in directly there. Now I can go ahead and just publish this immediately, and it'll actually be live. But since we haven't used this in any post, let's also come over here and add a new post. So I'll come over here, we'll add a new post, we'll say post 6, and I'll hit create post. And we've got some extra things over here too. Remember, we've got this date time where now we can actually set an exact time. So I could say like, I don't know, 2 p.m., something like that. Post, again, this description now is resizable. So once again, I can just paste that lorem ipsum. For the author, I'm going to select my newly created author of Chris Pennington related posts. I can grab any of these extra posts and add them in directly there. Now I can set this as published or draft. By default, it's going to always be draft. I'll click publish. And then I guess just before we preview it, we should probably also add some kind of text over this way. And then let's go ahead and just publish it right away. You'll notice that a bunch of things have happened here, but let's just go ahead and publish this and it should be live here in just a second. All right, so just like that, right now it says publish 6 post. And if I were to jump inside here and look at the content and then look at the team, there I am right there. Now notice that I did add this image, but look where it puts it. It puts it inside of an assets directory, then the team, then my name, and then the actual image. So it's going to do that for all your images. For these other ones, the way I built out the project, I had the images right next to the files, which you can also do in Astro, but I'll jump back out this way, and you'll notice that it's put it all inside of the assets directory right here. So that's a quick overview of how Dark Matter works, including how to customize some of the types available so that the editor itself is even more pleasing to work in. If you're interested in it, check it out in the link in the description. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Happy coding.